Mississippi, hippie tripping, LSD, smoking stems of seeds and drinking mushroom tea. They're drinking mushroom tea. We're drinking mushroom tea. Here's to the Mississippi hippies tripping, LSD. Yeah, we be up and rolling. Yeah, we be up and rolling, smoking them things with our friends. Yeah, we be up and rolling. Extension cords out the window of RS single wide, singing through the PV, sounding good outside. We sounding good outside. We sounding good outside. Yeah, we be up and rolling. Yeah, we be up and rolling, singing the blues with our friends. Yeah, we be up and rolling. Grew up on Mississippi, hippie tripping, LSD, smoking stems of seeds and drinking mushroom tea. We're drinking mushroom tea. We're drinking mushroom tea. Here's to the Mississippi hippies tripping, LSD.
My friend Luther Dickinson.
Hey, Martin.
How you doing?
Fantastic.
Man, it's been a long year, huh?
Thank you for bringing me together with Cedric and Sharisse. That was so fun.
Oh, it's amazing. This community still has that special sauce. Tell me, North Mississippi hill country music, what does it mean to you, and where is it at now?
Oh, man. You said the right word with community, you know? And that the music was just like the soundtrack of home growing up, you know? And so just long story short, you know, my brother and I, Cody, and we grew up in a musical family in North Mississippi, and we became friends with Cedric and his family, the Burnside family. Kenny Brown introduced me, actually, to everybody. And then my friend Luther Turner, musical family. His granddaughter, Sade, we still collaborate regularly. So, and then Luther took me to Junior Kimbrough's, met Junior Kimbrough's family. So there's all these musical families growing up in the 90s. And it was so magical and so fun. And it was just a wonderful time. And it's funny looking back on it. I was, you know, it was so rich at home that I didn't even look to get out, get away. You know, like we would tour, but we weren't like trying to bust out and get away from home. You know what I mean? Like the music and the community at home was so vibrant and fun, like multi-generation. You know, my father was a great collaborator, you know, and family man. You know, we built a studio. He taught us how to make records, and we started making records, and we were touring around, but we would always rush home for Sunday night and go see all our friends at Juniors. You know, I mean, and it's funny because once we finally did, people would try and sign us to record deals and stuff like that. We just filed them away. We just weren't interested in leaving for a long period of time. I call it the lost years of extended apprenticeship. You know what I mean? But they were fantastic times, and it's been like a well of experience that I still draw from. Because once our first record came out in 2000, our lives changed, and we've been gone ever since, until this last year. We finally came home. But yeah, you're right, community, man. And it was multi-generational music. The hill country music is a music of community and of family, you know. The common thread is a repertoire. It's like there's songs, they're melodies. Let's say melodies and rhythms, not even songs, because the lyrics change. But they're melodies and rhythms that are snaked through the whole community, and everybody has their different ways with these melodies. And like, say, Gary, he'll take a guitar riff and a melody that he learned from his dad and just make a new song out of it, you know. And it's so rad the way he does it, like the one Hanging in There Like a Dirty Shirt that he and Cedric sing. You know, that comes from one of RL's songs. It's just so awesome to hear the music evolve and stay alive, you know. But the thing is, now we're all gone. We all tour all the time. So the community, the music kind of becomes the home, you know, wherever we are. We play music that comes from home, and it feels like home wherever we are playing music. But you ask about how the home music is, and I think it's fantastic. And not just in North Mississippi, but Mississippi and Memphis as a whole. Man, there's so many fantastic new, like Kingfish is killing it. I'm so happy for Kingfish. Southern Avenue, the band from Memphis, fantastic, man. Just making their own music with all influences thrown. You're just making it their own, and it's really, I think Mississippi music and Memphis music is really coming to a new era.
Well, know that, you know, you had a huge part in doing that.
Three women and ran through the bottoms, well, damn near to the break of day. Red ran through the bottoms, well, damn near to the break of day. And he got those right wing bags of money, but he damn sure got away. He got those white Reeboks of money, but he damn sure got away.
What's interesting about families and having grown up in a musical family, there's a connection, as you were saying earlier, to other musical families where there's this kinship that is, it's sort of like a church without a sign, right? Like, you belong, and there's sort of almost like a rite of passage. And once you're there, it's comfortable and it feels good. It's still here. It's being passed on. How do you feel Memphis music has affected today's music?
Oh man, I think it's just a never-ending cycle, man. So many great artists have ties to Memphis and Memphis families. Drake is kin to the Hodges family, right?
Absolutely.
Recorded
right here.
Exactly. It'd Take Me to the River. I've got to say, man, that was so rich in bringing the generations together, and you did it at a time right before we lost so many of the great elders in Memphis and in New Orleans, and we all just want to thank you because you made it happen, man. And I was telling you earlier off camera, but we just recently wrote a song with William Bell. He invited us to his studio, and we sat and wrote a song together, and we're finishing it now. And that would have never happened but for you introducing us and nurturing the relationship between he and Cody. I'll tell you a story about that. I've never written a song like that before. We went in with William,
Please.
and he had the title, and he had like the plot. Like it was like a film in his mind. He had the whole story and how it was going to unfold all ready to go. And we just sat and I mean, his voice is golden, like a luxurious,
Well, it used to be when we do all these Q&As and we go around the world and all this stuff, right? And then William would talk. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to talk anymore.
Exactly.
I'm done.
So we would just sat and we found the keys and chords that he wanted, and we helped him shape the story, in song rhyme, and it was so magical experience. But that would have never happened, the time we spent with Booker T,
Oh my gosh.
the time we spent with Mavis right after our father passed. People all over the world have talked to me about that.
Let me holler at you, come on, step outside. You got $10, don't you? We gon' ride. Let me holler at you, step outside. Bumping the junk out the trunk. Let's go get drunk outdoors. Bare feet on dirty dance floors. Let's go get drunk outdoors. Now we're cooking with gas on the front burner. Hot wind gas station down on the corner. We're cooking with gas on the front burner. Bumping the junk out the trunk. Let's go get drunk outdoors. Bare feet on dirty dance floors. Let's go get drunk outdoors. If you got money, you can get a little bit. If you got money, get that hit up. If you got money, you can get a little bit. If you got money, come on, get that hit up. Come on and get that hit up. Come on and get that hit up. Get that hit up. If you got money, I said if you got money, if you got money, you can get a little bit and get that hit up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, get that hit up. Get that hit up. 10 toes down, soldiers on the grind. Down at the club on the county line. 10 toes down, soldiers on the grind. Bumping the junk out the trunk. Let's go get drunk outdoors. Bare feet on dirty dance floors. Let's go get drunk outdoors. Bumping the junk out the trunk. Let's go get drunk outdoors. Bare feet on dirty dance floors. Let's go get drunk outdoors.
I messed up a couple of words.
Oh, I like that. That was my favorite part, Sharisse. That was so fun.
That was good for you?
Yeah, that was great. I love it. Let's keep it rolling.
Well, look at all these Grammy winners that came right after we won. You know, William, Bobby, Boo, the High Rhythm got nominated. You guys got nominated several times after.
We're nominated right now.
Yes.
The Up and Rollin' record that we have songs with Cedric, featuring Cedric on there. Songs with Sharisse, featuring Sharisse on there. And lots of great friends. Jason Isbell played and sang.
Oh, wow.
Dwayne Betts. It was a great collaborative process. And
What I loved about that record in particular is how that came together. It just seemed inevitable. I know you've probably been thinking about it for a while. It was a thought, just like Take Me to the River in a way. It was like a thought that we had, and it took a minute, right? I could tell, as a lot of your work, it was thoughtful. First of all, it's amazing. The fact that, you know, you got to take photos of that time period. Tell us a little bit about, you know, the photo journey and then how the record came to be.
short story long. No. There was a day, just a random Sunday back in the mid-'90s, and I think it was 96. And it was right as we were starting the band. But it was some friends of my father's were coming down to write an article, and there was a photographer who it was just his assignment of the day, Wyatt McSpadden. He's from Texas. I had never met either of these gentlemen, but my dad was supposed to show him around. But at the last minute, Dad assigned to us. He's like, you go show him around. And to be honest, Dad wasn't ever on the scene anyway. He stayed at home, you know.
Uh-huh.
He didn't want to bother anybody. He would rather stay at home and hear about it from us. So anyway, it was a perfect
That could have been
Sunday.
part of the lesson.
Definitely. Definitely. Indeed. We took him to Others first, and we were a little bit early. And Other showed up still in his Sunday church suit, and we sat on the porch and talked trash, and then he and his family played some of his fife and drum music, and Wyatt was really smooth, just invisible, just snapping pictures. Then we passed some time and got lunch, and we went to Junior's. Once again, we were early, and we were sitting out. That's the cover of the album. My brother and I were sitting just on the side of the building waiting for Junior's to open up. Dexter Burnside's car is on the cover. It's the three of us standing there just waiting. And then, then Junior's fires up, and it was a perfect night. RL played. I got to play with RL.
Was this 96
Junior.
the year? What year are we?
That was the year we started the band.
96,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
96.
This was the
Yeah.
same. It was just a magical time. It just changed my life, you know. And because we grew up playing all types of rock and roll on our own. And our father taught us. We had a family band starting when I was about 15. Jim Dickinson and the Hardly Canned Playboys. And he taught us all his repertoire was all different types of roots music, from all different regions. And he taught us a little bit of this, a little bit of that, enough to. But also something else he taught us was how to play with keyboard players, which is a whole trip that's really fared us well. We've been so fortunate playing with so many great keyboard players in our life. John Medeski, Reverend Charles here. Oh man.
Yeah.
Woo.
Well,
Between John Medeski and Reverend Charles, I'm spoiled on B3 players.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But we grew up playing roots music, rock and roll, writing our own crazy experimental. We just grew up experimenting in all types of fashion. All different dimensions. We were experimenting musically. We just grew up. And then it came to a point when I've been hanging out with Luther for about 5 years and Kenny Brown and getting to know Cedric really. Cedric and I became friends first because Kenny hired me to go on the road with he and in RL's band to help drive and open up the show. And that's when Cedric and I became friends. So this was 97. And we were just kids. I'd never been anywhere before. And we could talk about this. We'd have to get Cedric on the mic. There's so many funny stories about that. I mean, Cedric showed me the ropes. I'd never been anywhere. New York City. And we worked our way all the way up to New York City, across through Toronto and Montreal, down through Chicago in the middle of winter. I'd never seen snow like that, much else. I had no idea. These cats were going up and selling out shows, thousands of people waiting in line in the snow to see Burnside play. They had Kenny Brown had so much money stuffed in his boots. Like, nobody knew they were leaving town. We didn't know what they were doing when they were gone, So if we'd already started the All-Stars, that's how Kenny Brown knew I could play. So Cedric and Kenny and I would open up the show because they wanted a longer show. But RL, was not going to change his format. 90 minutes, cut and dried, boom. And so we would open the show. And it was so fun, man.
Wow.
Oh, my God. But
that's an amazing way to come up.
So in the middle of this whole time, this cat, Wyatt McSpadden, takes a roll of pictures this one day. And I saw a couple of them over the years. We used a couple for Oath Turner's record. But he came to me 3 years ago in Texas. We were playing in Texas, and he showed up at the Holiday Inn. He'd found the whole roll. And it blew my mind, man. It was like a time machine.
Had he misplaced it?
No, but we just never
just
come
kind
up.
of revisited it.
The time was right.
Yeah.
And I looked at those pictures. I could hear all the sounds of the images. And, man, and we were already started the record. But when I was like, Wyatt, man, let's do this, So the album's a beautiful book. And I wrote like a long accompanying
I read
liner
that.
notes.
It was really great, really great.
And what I wanted to do was not make Mississippi music that sounded like back then, but make it sound like what it sounds like now.
Which I think you were genius.
That's all we can do.
It is an amazing experience. By the way, during the pandemic, the thing that all of you need to do is support our musicians. Go buy their music, buy their merchandise, look for their live streams, look for opportunities to support them. But this record, which I'm not going to jinx it, but I do feel this is the charmer. It's an experience looking at the book, listening to the music, how genius you were in putting the right, a modern take on these classic photos. And the greatest thing about the photos is you feel 20 years before, and now you're 20 years or something like that, 25 years ahead, right? So you're covering like a half a century.
It's a trip, man. I still feel like the same kid running around smoking stems and seeds in a lot of ways. But I appreciate that, man. But dude, fantastic. Negrito's record is off the chain, man. And I watch him on YouTube. He's such a beautiful speaker. I mean, he's a leader. What an artist that dude is, Like, I voted for him too,
Memphis to New Orleans, the 51 I ride, white lightning flashing in Mississippi sky. On down the living, round the bend, a 51 phantom striking again. Phantom, the 7 Sun, the Memphis to New Orleans on the 51. On the 51. On the 51. Till I rest my head on the cooling board. The 51 Phantom, up and down that road. Up and down that road. Up and down that road.
You talked about Bobby Rush winning the Grammy. I was there that year, and I was up against Bobby with a solo record.
I remember that, yeah.
Dude, I was sitting there like, don't be Bobby. Don't be Bobby. Don't be Bobby. Don't be Bobby. They put my name up. I was like, don't be Bobby. I did not want to be the guy.
That was 15, right? Was that 15 or 16?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not good with that.
Yeah, I'm not good with that either.
But, man, Bobby's acceptance speech was so beautiful. He was like, I'm 80-some-odd years old. This is my 80-something, 180th record, you know. And this means the world to me. You know, it was the most beautiful acceptance speech. I was like, yes. That was a beautiful thing for the Grammys. Blonde Boys of Alabama won. It was like a lot of the elders won.
Yes.
It wasn't like the phony, favoritism of the young people.
And then William won the year after.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to give it to him, man.
William won the year after. And, you know, when we
Means
did
a lot.
Take Me to the River NOLA, P.J. Morton got nominated. Kristen Scott got nominated. It was amazing how many people got Grammy nominations or were Grammy winners.
I'm so glad you went to New Orleans and extended the whole concept, man. And you had the Neville, the whole, I don't want to, no spoiler alert.
Oh, go ahead.
But you got the whole Neville family together to make music together on camera and to capture those relationships, before it was too late. You know, it was beautiful.
You know, it was their actual last performance and last recording together. Luther, this has been great, and I want to keep doing it. Of course we will. We are brothers, and we've been brothers for a long, long time.
And let's send some love out to our brother Code, man. We
oh,
love you, brother.
Yeah, I love him. I invited him, and I got ghosted after that, so I figured he's staying indoors, and that's so enviable. I've gone through pregnancy, as you have, several times, and to be in a pandemic and be pregnant, wow.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, good answer. Good answer. Good answer. Yeah, shout out to Cody.
Man, love you.
Love him too, and I was so honored when he, picked me to be God Daddy, and I was like, oh man. He's like, I've just been looking at you, for all these years.
Oh,
and,
man.
It was very nice, very nice. But I know that Mom's has been, just you talk about a matriarch, man. She's just amazing. And your family has been so instrumental in keeping Memphis music, hill country music, North Mississippi music alive. And I just want to give you all love. Keep it up. The inspiration and love that you give the world is priceless, and we need it. And we need it now, and we need everything you can give us. So thank you.
Thank you, Martin. I gotta turn the reverb up.
Hey, baby, going down that lonesome road. Hey, baby, going down that lonesome road. Well, the reason I'm home, girl, you know you didn't treat me right. Hey, lonesome, lonesome in my home alone. baby, can I come home with you?